Very good afternoon, students. Now we will starting with the continue with another topic of financial derivatives, as we have in the concept of future contracts and or the future financial instruments. Now we will continue with the topic where we are, where we have left. So continuing with the topic, I will start with the concept of the financial derivatives. Yesterday we have discussed till hedgers. Now we will we will start from the arbitrager from this concept. Now we are here. We have just till yesterday we have discussed all the things regarding hedging and all the things. Now we will start with the speculators today. Although we have started with this yesterday, but the meeting has over due to the time restriction. So we will continue with the topic now. Yes. So here we are here, a speculator. A speculator under the forward market is an investor who is willing to take risk by taking future position and expectation to earn the profit. We have discussed till yesterday that this is the person, actually speculator is the person who is the trader. The mainly that person who is doing the trading on the commodity market is known as a speculator, whereas investor cannot make an investor or hedger cannot be a speculator. Speculator is the person who want a higher profit with the less span of time, within the less span of time. So an example, a speculator for, as we have discussed yesterday, example, a speculator forecasted the price of gold would be 5,500 per 10 grams after 1 month. So this is the expectation of the speculator by going through which he is going to enter into the contract. Now what happened? The current price of gold is 5,400. Now as he expected the growth of rupees 100 in the price, he enters into the contract. Now here and takes a long position in the gold. Now long position means buying at low price and selling at the higher price. He has expected to make a profit of rupees 100 per 10 grams, but expected profits is associated with the risk. Now here is the risk. Now what is the risk? Risk that if the price falls more, because already the person has bought at a lowest price as he thinks fits, and now according to the position of the speculator, it has been assumed by the speculator that the price of gold will raise in the near future. But here is the risk that if the price falls. Now here after the 1 month the price falls to 5,300 rupees per 10 grams. Now what is going to be happening? Now if the price falls, now if the price now if the price falls till here, now what will happening? It is falling below 5,400, at which the speculator has entered into the price of these 10 grams. So here there will be the loss of rupees 100 per 10 gram to the speculator, because the position does not goes according to the speculator, and a speculator has expected something else, but the price has fallen. Moving to the next slide. Now here, moving to the next one, speculator is a person who trade in the future market to earn the profit on the basis of difference in spot and future price of the underlying asset. Now, as we know that financial derivative, underlying assets is the asset of which the according to which the value of the derivative instrument is derived. Fine. So here the speculator is the person who trade in the future market. So he will always trade in the future market to earn the profit on the basis of difference between the spot price and the future price. Now, because as the spot price, if the person enters into the long position, then it is assumed that the speculator assumed that the price will not fall further, and he enters into the contract. And by entering into the contract, the speculator enters into this position by expecting that the future price of the underlying asset will rise. Next, now what is the difference? Now hedger use the future market to avoid exposure to the adverse movement of pricing and of an asset. Now what the hedger is doing, hedging against the losses. So hedger is hedging against the losses. So in the future market, to avoid the exposure to that adverse movements of price of an asset, which is known as the loss, the hedger will do the hedging, whereas speculator wish to take the position based on the movement in the price of an asset. So the speculator will not hedge. He will just take the position on the basis of the movement. Now he may take the short position, he may take the long position. The position will be taken according to the situation and circumstances which the speculator thinks that, or which the speculator presumes that these are going to be best fit for him or her. Now next, in the spot market, a speculator has to make the initial cash payments equal to the value of the asset purchase. Now, what is the difference between the spot market and the future market? Now, if the speculator enters into the spot market, then he has to pay the full amount in cash of the asset which he want to take a purchase. Just it is just take an example that we go to market to purchase a 5 kgs of rice. For that, we have to pay the amount and we can take the delivery. It is just like this. The spot market is just like this, which is working on the real time real time system, and in which if the person buys the commodity under the spot market, he has to pay the amount immediately, whereas no initial cash payment is expected. The expect the accept the margin to enter into the forward market. Now, if we want to enter into the forward market, then only margin money has to be deposited. For example, if we continue with the previous example of this gold, here if there is a 10% margin money, or it is a type of security money which the exchange caps with itself. So if there is a 10% margin money which is used to protect the another party in the contract. For example, it is just like if we want to, we will take the example of future contract. Uh, we have purchased a plot of land in 4 rupees 1 crore, and we have paid rupees 10 lakh as a token money. So the margin is just like the token money. Now, if we fulfill the contract, then the token money will be adjusted among the price, and I have to pay the remaining pending amount of 90 lakh rupees, and I can take the delivery of that land. In same case, it is in the case of the stock market. Here, while we are entering into the market to protect the another party from the breach of the contract, that the first party or the aggrieved party should not do the breach of the contract. To avoid such things, what is that the stock has kept the margin money. So the margin is for example, stock exchange has kept the 10% margin here. So if the person is entered into the future market for 5400, he has to pay rupees 540 as a initial margin. Now remaining amount is for the future, and which has to be fulfilled on the execution of the contract, but not at the same time. So here, so when there is a time of trade off, or the maturity, or the time of delivery, a person, the rupees 540 which we have already paid as a margin will be adjusted among this 5400, and person will have to pay only 5300, 5300 and sorry 4950 rupees only, 60 rupees only, and remaining will be adjusted here, and the total amount will become 5400. So this is the concept of margin. So margin is so if we are entering into the future contracts, we have to pay just the margin, just the token money, and we can enter the contract. We will not have to pay the full amount of money in that case. Now next, a speculator who use fundamental analysis of economics condition of the market is known as the fundamental analyst. Now, the as we have discussed, that is the concept of security analysis and portfolio management. The speculator can be of two types. One is the fundamental analyst, another is the technical analyst. Now, what is the difference between these two terms? For first, we will read out the second point, and then I will explain the difference between these two terms. Second, to predict the future price on the basis of past movement in the price of the asset is known as the technical analyst. Now, we will take two examples. For example, if the speculator is a fundamental analyst, so the fundamental analyst will act on the fundamental basis on which the price movement of the particular commodity is there. For example, he has entered into the contract to sell 100 tons of wheat after 3 months. So he has entered into 3 month future contract. Now in this 3 month future contract, the person is expected that the price of wheat will fall after 3 months. Why? Because the as per the prediction from the government and the statistical department, the wheat production will be the bumper this year, and it will break all the records of the production of the previous years. Now what there is a the fundamental analyst, this will be the base, this will be the fundamental base for the analyst while entering into this future contract. Now it is now it is made, now the assumption is made by the speculator on the basis of this reason, that or this assumption, that now he will assume that the if the production of wheat will be more this year, and he can earn a profit between the price difference between spot price and future price, so he enters into the short position. Now what he will do, he will sell the wheat at the current price in the future market, in the future markets. Now on the delivery after 3 months, when there is actual crop comes, if his prediction goes, his if his assumption goes right, then then his fundamental analysis terms assumption is right, and as the price falls due to the excessive production of wheat in the market, so he can take the benefit or earn the profit according to his this analysis. Let's assume a second example. If there is a news that government will restrict the export of some commodity, and the price of that commodity is only due to the export, so this is another the fundamental thing which will going to affect the price of that commodity. Now again he will enter into the short position, or we will take the inverse example. For example, if the government is planning to open the export of particular commodity, so the as the speculator is always a trader, as the speculator comes to know that if the export of this particular commodity will increase in future period, so he will enter into the long position, he will take the long position. Now what he will do, he will buy the commodity on the from the spot market and sell the commodity in the future market at the higher price if the price is higher. So he will, as the export opens, as he knows that the price of the particular commodity will raise, now the price has risen according to the fundamental analysis of his assumption, and then there is a valid reason for that assumption, so he can sell the commodity in the future market. Now next, we will take the next example of the technical analysis. Now technical analysis means when a person follows or studies various graphs, figures, trends of the previous years to take of the previous years or the past times to set an assumption by giving a valid reason to that. So here, for example, if there is a head and shoulder position in the stock market of the price of the particular commodity. Now, what is the head and shoulder position? I will draw and I will explain you with this. For example, there was a graph. We will take a small graph on the side. For example, the price of the commodity is showing this much trend. Let me clear that, because let's think that the price movement is like this. So here, this is known as the head and shoulder position. Now means the price will raise, then fall, then raise, then fall, then raise, then fall, then fall, fall. So this is known as the head and shoulder position. So if the position of head and shoulder is taken by the person, it means this is known as a technical analysis. So he is reading the trend of the past year to explain or to make a valid assumption for the future period. Now here the speculator comes to know that the price will fall or the price will raise in the upcoming time according to the graph, and he will act according to this. So this is known as the technical analysis, which is the concept of technical analysis, that how the price is predicted by the speculators while entering into the contract. Next, speculator who owns a seat of a particular exchange and trades in his own name is called as the local speculator. Now, type of speculator. So, the person, a local speculator means the person who is having a seat. Now, seat means who is having a valid credentials to enter into the stock market, to enter into the commodity market. So, he is a registered trader under the commodity market, so he is known as the local speculator. Now next, local speculator can be classified into three types. First, scalper. Scalper is the person or the speculator who try to make profit by holding the position for a short period of time. As we know, the position for short period of time means a day trader, a trader who is just trading for the minutes, hours, or maximum for the day. So he is known as the scalper. So if the person enter into, if the speculator enter into such position, he is known as the scalper. So in this, what the speculator will do, he will just buy the commodity, wait the price for rise after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or till evening, and sold the commodity in the spot market immediately. So this is known as the scalper. Next is the pit scalpers. Like scalpers, they take bigger position and hold them for the longer. It may be for the month, 3 month, 6 month, or the year. Next, flow traders, they consider enterprise commodity relationship. So, if the person is a flow trader, what he will do, he will buy one commodity and sell another commodity to compensate the loss, or he will buy one commodity and sell another commodity to earn the profit in both of the commodity. Because as we take the example, the trader, if a flow trader enters into the position, that is into the long position as well as the short position. So he will take the iron ore in the long position and copper at the short position, expecting that the price of iron will rise and the price of copper will sell. So this is known as the flow trader. So he will, what he will do, he is doing the trading in the two different commodities. So he is known as the inter-commodity price relationship. He will consider the inter-commodity price relationship and will true and would do trading according to that. Now arbitrages. Now as we have discussed, arbitrages is the trader who attempts to make the profit by looking into riskless trading by entering into a transaction in two or more markets. As we have discussed in the forward contract, it is same it is we have to discuss here. So arbitrager is the person who enters into the market to take the price benefits of two markets. So we will not go into the deeply because we have already discussed these things in the forward market PPT slide. The video is also available. If you want to go through the video of that, you can go through the video I have already shared. Now moving to the next, we will briefly discuss about the arbitrager. Next, arbitrager keep the future and future prices in a line with one another. So he will do the trading in such a way that if there is a loss, it will be compensated by the another effect. Second, arbitrage trading helps to make the market liquid, ensure accurate pricing, and enhance the price stability. As we have discussed in the forward market contract, that if there is a difference in the prices of the commodity, then how it is adjusted in the case, and same way it is adjusted in this case. Now, next we will take the example, because at expiration of the gold future contract, the future price is rupees 5,500 rupees per 10 gram. So this is the price, but the spot price is 5,480 per 10 gram. So here the future price is this and the spot price is this. Now arbitrager purchase the gold for rupees 5,480 per 10 gram and goes into the short position. Now short position means selling high and buying at low. At the expiry immediately and making the profit of rupees 20 per grams per 10 grams by delivering the gold for the rupees 5,500. So it is how the person is getting benefits from this. Now next important topic is the spreaders. Now spreaders are the person who is, it is another type of trading. These are the person who believe in the minimum risk taking capacity. So these person try to take the risk at the very minute or minimum level or at a no risk. So if they enter into the market in such a way, and they will formulate their portfolio in such a way that there is a very low risk in these cases. So here, what is doing spreaders? What they will do? Spreaders is a specific trading activity offset that will equalize future position by creating almost net position. So here, as we have discussed in the concept of forward market, here also we will discuss that it is the position in such a way that if the price, if we will take the example of two things, first a spot market, another is the future market. So the trading is done in such a way that if there is a loss in future market, then it will be compensated by the spot market, and if there is a loss in spot market, then it is compensated by the future market. So all these are interrelated with each other. So spreader believes in low expected return, but at a less risk. Now here again, if we will enter as a spreader into the stock market, or the speculator is or a person or a trader act as a spreader. Now he want to bear a minimum risk or a less risk. Now what he will do, he will make the portfolio according to that. That I have given already example. For example, we have taken in the last year of the Reliance Communication that, for example, the spot price is 100 and the future price is 130. So the what the spreader will do, he will enter into both of the contracts. Now if there is, by making the law, making the profit of rupees 3 per share under the derivative market or the future market, because if there is a loss in spot market, then it is compensated by the future market. If the price remains same, then again he can sell in the future market at 113, making the profit of 30. So if the price falls, then again he is benefited. So the net profit will be same and it will not change much. Next, spreaders must forecast the factors while effecting changes the spread. So you will have to forecast the factors. Next, interest rate behavior is the important factor causing the changes in spreads. Now interest rate behavior is the very important factor, because if we are taking considering the interest rate of two countries, one is India and another is USA. So here, if the person is entering into both of the market, then interest rate will be the main factor in entering such countries. A spread reduces the risk even if the forecast is incorrect. Now, as spreader is the person who is trading in the market at very cautiously, very consciously. He is trading in the market. So, if the person is working as a spreader, or the trader is working as a spreader, then his risk is reduced even if forecast is incorrect, because the loss will be not much higher than the if as a speculator. Now, next, the function of the future market. So functions of the future market, first is hedging. Hedging, again, as we have discussed, hedging is the function known as the price insurance, risk shifting, or risk transference function. So hedging means to hedging against the risk of losses. So the position is taken in such a way that if the loss happens, so it will be compensated by the next available position in the market. Second, traders and participants can hedge their risk or protect from the adverse price movement in the underlying asset in which they deal. So in we have taken the hedging of the interest rate hedging. So if it is covered hedge, so the person will do what he will do. He will enter in the market, and he will, to avoid the currency rate fluctuation, he will sell the currency. He will take a short position in the market, and in trust it will be same. He will earn in the both of the market, but if only the risk is of price fluctuation, so the price fluctuation can be covered by entering into the short selling at that time. Now here we have also taken an example. A farmer is expected to produce 1,000 tons of wheat in the next 6 months. Now, how the hedging is done? He establishes the price of for the quantity by selling 10 wheat future contract, each being 100 tons. So he has sold 10 wheat future contracts of 100 ton each. By selling these future contracts, farmer intends to establish the price today what will be harvested in the future. So he has hedged his investment, because if the he has now entered into a 10 different type of contracts. So if to be in the net position of today's price, if he, let's take an example that he has taken 5 long positions and taken 5 short positions in the future market. So here, if the short positions get adverse as the price will increase, then the long position will cover the loss. And if the long position expectation goes wrong, then the profit earned by the short positions will compensate that loss. So the net position will same as the person is in today. So it is how the hedging is done. Next, future also serve as a suitable for the cash market sale. A cash market sale was impossible since wheat has was not in existence. So here in the cash market, although we can done the hedging in the cash market, but it is not possible in this case, because now wheat has to be produced after some time, after 6 months, but we are entering into the future contract today. So in such a cases, the hedging is to be done in the future market to avoid the loss. Next, like interest rate future contract, which protects the from financial institutions such as commercial bank, insurance company, mutual fund companies, pension fund, etc., to adverse changes in the value of assets and liability due to interest rate movement. Now here, as we have taken the example there of the wheat, now here if there is the interest rate fluctuations. So if the person has, in short, let's take an example of the bank. For example, a bank has given a loan to the person at the rate of 10% per annum, but due to change in government policies, the rate of interest bank has to increase on the saving, but it has not to increase on the loans. Now, the margin available as the deposits and loans are the main sources of finance for the bank. So the difference between these two will become shorter. So in this, the bank has to face the losses. So to cover the losses, bank may enter into such contract in the future that if the interest rate falls or the interest rate increases, it will be compensated by the another opposite contract. Second, hedging activities are much more useful in society to control, shift, avoid, reduce, eliminate, and manage efficiently various type of risks. So it is just for the avoidance of risk. Now, price discovery under the hedging. Now, how the price discovery is done? First, revealing the information about the future cash markets, prices through the future market. So this is first type. First type. Second, price discovery can also be done if a trader agrees to receive or deliver commodity or asset at a certain future time for the price which is determined now. So second thing, a price discovery is that price is discovered that how the person enter into the contract. So if the trader is expected that the price is going to fall and he has take the short position, now the here the price is determined by entering into the short position. So it is how the price is determined. Second, it creates relationship between the future price and the price of the price that people expect to prevail at a delivery time. So this is next thing. Provide the expansion consensus that is compromise of today expansion about the specified future time. So it is again the compromise, because if the price falls, then one party will be at benefit, another will be at the loss. Second, trader can compare the spot and future price and able to decide the optimal allocation of the quantity of underlying asset between immediate sale and future sale. And last is the usefulness of the producer. In usefulness, this is also price discovery is usefulness for the producer, farmer, and etc. Next is the finance function of the future contract we have to discuss here. Future contracts are standardized contract. It is either for the lenders about assurance of quality, quantity, liquidity of the underlying asset. So this is the financing function. How? Because contract are standardized contract. It is a valid contract, but it is a contract which is standardized and has and is according to the all the essentials of the valid contract. So this is the contract, standardized contract, and it is easy for the lenders about the assurance of quality, quantity, and liquidity of the underlying asset. For example, a person enters into the 6 month future of the to supply the 1,000 tons of the wheat, as we have taken the example earlier. So here this is the full-fledged standardized contract, because here the price is there, quantity is there, quality is there for the underlying asset, that is wheat. For example, a 1,000 ton of wheat at the rate of 18,000 per ton. So in this case, price is definite, because now it will generate the liquidity of 18,000 rupees per ton. Quantity and quality is quantity of 100 ton, and quality is pre-decided. So a finance function, this contract, this as a standardized contract, it is easier for the lenders about the assurance of these all these functions. Next, it is much familiar in the spot market, but it is unique to the future market. Because why it is unique to the future market? Because it has been pre-decided that how the price will be decided in that particular market, and what the price should be is to be paid or to be received in the future market. Next, lenders are more interested to finance hedged assets stock rather than unhedged stock. Because why? Because if the hedging is done, if the stock is hedged, then the loss loss can be minimized by entering into such thing. But if it is unhedged stock, then the loss will be unlimited and profit will also be unlimited. So the hedge asset stocks are protected against risk of loss of value. So the value of the particular asset will not decline beyond this, because if it is a type of the hedged asset, and if it is non-hedged asset, then the price of the commodity will fall at an unexpected rate. Its value will fall at an unexpected rate. Next, about the liquidity function, we have discussed the finance function. Now liquidity function. Now future market deals with the transaction which are matured in the future period. So it will it tells the market that what should be liquidity at that point of time, because here the transaction price which has to be done, and at a time of maturity, what is the amount of the transaction will be there, is pre-decided. Second, operated on the basis of margin, which determine on the rights involved in the contract. Now margin means the token money which is required to enter into the contract. Now future contract, again we have taken an example of the, for example, you have entered into the contract to purchase 1,000 tons of the wheat. Now seller wants you the 10% margin. Now what you have to do, you have to, if the total value of the contract is of rupees 10 lakhs, and you have to deposit a 1 lakh as a margin money, and which will be adjusted from the total money. So This is how the liquidity is maintained. Next, buyer and seller has to deposit only fraction of the contract value, which is known as the margins. So both of the parties has to deposit the margin. Now, what the margin will do? If the margin money is deposited with the commodity exchange, and if the person defaults in fulfilling the contract, then in such a case, the margin money will be taken by the stock exchange and will be compensated to the another parties for the damages that has been occurred due to the negligence or due to the non-fulfillment of the contract. So it is also a type, it will also provide a type of security to the person or to the investor or to the trader. Now, trader in the future market do business much larger volume than the spot market, make the market more liquid. Now, for example, if you can trade with the 10% margin money, so you must not have to have the cash today. You must not have to make the payment in cash today. So in such a case, if the if the transaction is to be done on the cash, then it will the trader will and try to enter into the limited transaction because the money is limited. So if the person is entering into the future market, so in here the liquidity is more, as we know that the person knows that he has to make to payment in some future too. So he will enter into the bigger contract just by entering a small portion of the margin money. Next, now example, a speculator estimates the price increase of silver future market from a current future price of rupees 7,500 rupees per kg. The market lot being 10 kg, he buys one lot of future silver for 75,000. Now here the total price is 75,000. So liquidity to be generated in future period is 75,000. That is 7,500 into 10. Now next, assuming that the 10% margin, the speculator has to deposit 7,500. Now he has to deposit 7,500 rupees. Now, supposing that the 10% increase occurs and price of silver goes to 82.50 per kg. Now the value of transaction will also increase to 82,500, incurring the profit of rupees 7,500. Now continuing with the example, now here there will be a profit of 7,500. Now if the person has entered into such a contract, now what will be happen? The one party has to, both of the parties have deposited 7,500 rupees. Now if there is a profit, then the 7,500 which the person has already deposited will be the profit, that is equal to the margin money. Let's take another we will further elaborate this example. For example, if the price has fallen again, then there will be the loss. But if the person is entered into the option contract, then he may deny the contract. So this is how what we have to do. Moving to the next. Moving to the next in the slide. This is the price stabilization. Now, how the price stabilization is done in the future market? Future market uses both heights and peaks and the depth at for the low. Now, how it is controlled? Because because there are two types of party. One party enters into one contract, another party is entering into another contract. So, if there are two parties who have entered into the contrary contracts, so each and there are n number of traders who are entering into the contract. So both of the both neither the price will raise at an unexpected rate because due to the opposite positions in the market, both in the upside and in the downside. Next is causative, that is contributing factor responsible for such price stabilization influence are speculation, price discovery, tendency to panic, alarm, fear, etc. So these are the some of the factors which will bring the price stabilization in the market. For example, we will take another example. If the person enters into the contract, there are 100 traders in the market. Out of that, 50 traders expect that the price will rise, and another 50 traders expect that price will fall. So they have entered into the both of the contract, one in under the long position and another under the short position. The person who expects that price will raise, they enter into the short position, and the person who expects that price will fall, they enter into the short position as opposite position. Now, what this will be happen, due to these activities in the market, the price will not touch either of the peaks and price will be stable in the market. So the future price will be remaining stable in the market because of both type of investors in the market. Next is disseminating information. Next, dismantling information quickly, efficiently, and inexpensively, and reducing the monopolist tendency in the market. So the information will, what we will do, it will reduce the monopolistic tendency of the market, that neither the price will go too high, neither it will go too low. Second, information dismantling service enables the society to discover or from suitable true correct equilibrium prices. Now, what is due due to this information of the stock exchange or the commodity exchange. Now, here, this service of the commodity exchange and the society or the investors, that what is the suitable true price or what is the equilibrium price, and uh, at what price they have to do the trade. Next, serve as the barometers of in the future price determination of correct price on the spot market now and in future. So this, the information is also helps in determination of contract correct prices and the spot market now and in the future. Second, creating significant number of jobs and attract the considerable volume of transaction from the non-resident. This is also done through this. And last is the gathering information. So this is the function of the dismantling information of the stocks of the commodity market in the future contract. Now, specification of the future contract, this topic we will cover in the next lecture. We are stopping now. If you are having any doubts, you can send a comment, and the video of this lecture is also shared through the Google Drive, and you can access this video anytime, anywhere. Thank you.